標的と相まみえた時はリプレイを保存しておくといい。見直すことで発見を得ることも多いからな。俺と共にロビーを駆け抜け風になってみないか。
Minus 8 days until I go to Vegas. Hey, vey. $316. Oh, hell no.
Here begins Fate's Grimner versus 2B.
Really? Game 1, 2B? Really? Lame.
You cheated!
Okay, how did I cheat already? I haven't even played a game yet. How have I cheated? I haven't even played a game yet. This is literally the first game of the stream. I did. Man, Bosnia, you're in the mood today, apparently. Yes, I did. Yes, I did check to make sure they were working before I started stream. Okay. My bitch ass. That was good, Bosnian. What's going on? Not too much. I leave for Vegas in 8 days and for EVO, and ain't that terrifying? I was gonna play on stream, but I'm like, eh. I'm flying and driving. Me and my two friends were driving up.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Yeah, I enjoy EVO for the fact that I don't have to fly to it, and also primarily the fact that I get to bring two of my friends that got me into fighting games in the first place to EVO. You guys don't play Magic? Probably. Well, two of us are. The third doesn't really play card games, even though we have talked about getting him into card games forever now. For the friends, what's the lore? So the lore was so my one friend with Will, or King Gustav on Twitch. The lore there is we met at orientation for college. Well, for computer science, a major that neither of us ended up graduating in, and when. And he knew I was a big Marvel fan. So he decided to have me try out this game called Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And of course he owned the game and I didn't own the game, so he basically demolished me absolutely every single time we played. But he got me to try Marvel vs. Capcom 3 as my first ever fighting game, which then led to us trying Infinite, and then of course being a big Dragon Ball fan, that led into trying out Dragon Ball Fighters. And we talked for years about going to EVO, because not only is he the person that first got me to try fighting games, he's also one that introduced me to EVO. And we talked for years pretty much about one of these days we're going to go to EVO. And I ended up getting into tournaments and then competing in EVO for competing in EVO once. And then the following year, I was able to bring him. And then so that was 2 years ago. So this will be the third year in a row I'm taking him to EVO. And then as for our other friend Brendan, not Nerb on Twitch, he's Will's friend that I was eventually introduced to. Whenever I was trying out a fighting game, pretty much post Marvel, so like Dragon Ball Fighters, Melty Blood, Guilty Gear Strive. He was always one of the Tekken. He was always one of the people that was learning with us. So it went from he's his friend to now we're all friends. A lot less lore with him, and we had asked if he wanted to come too, and so 2 years ago I took the two of them with me to EVO for my second EVO, and then we all went together last year, and now we're all here going again this year. Then quick Grimnir counterplay question: when I block air seal dash, my scene has told me I should press close out to clash with Grimnir's JL, then throw afterwards. Is this the right thing to do? And what can Grimnir do to Grim? I'm not sure why it works or if it's the best thing to do. Okay, so yes and also no. Okay, so the best thing you can do against Grimnir's Tiger Knee Dash is duck it. This is the best thing you can do against Grimnir's Air Dash, is just duck it. Because it doesn't matter if you play Charlotta or if you play Versusia. If you duck it, my Tiger Knee Dash cannot hit you. Alright, so first and foremost that. Because Grimnir, if the dash whiffs, cannot press a button until very late. So you see how long until after the dash is done before he's able to attack. So you're able to punish him if you duck it. That being said, if you stand up and block it, if your character has a 9-frame DP, do that. So if your character has a 9-frame DP, do that. Because it is a guaranteed punish. If your character doesn't have a 9-frame DP, then yes, mashing close cell is the best option. Because Grimnir is 0 on block on the Tiger Knee dash. So if your close cell is 5 frames, and Grimnir's JL is 5 frames, then they will clash. And then the follow-up go for throw. That is the best option because of the fact that the throw is the fastest option in the game. So unless you want to take a bit of a risk, in which case after the clash on the lights, you can go for DP, and if Grimnir mashes throw, then the DP will beat it. But you also run the risk if they don't do anything and take the gamble, then you'll get punished for a DP. So that's up to you on what you want to do for that. But if you block the dash and you don't have a 9-frame DP to punish it, then yes, doing close cell is the best option because it'll force a clash rather than me being +8s. And also yes, when I first went into college, I went in for computer science because I had no clue what the hell I wanted to do with my life. But eventually, as the numbers weeded out, because computer science is fucking hard, I ended up leaving computer science. Play Vera. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you play Vera, then just do a medium DP, which I'm 90% sure is 9 frames, and that'll punish the Tiger Knee dash every time. Every time, guaranteed. Okay, I shouldn't say. Okay, if you do it immediately, it will do it. It will punish it guaranteed. If you accidentally delay it by a frame, he will block it. But if you do it properly, you will punish him every time. What I majored in then, I ended up graduating with a degree in accounting. And it is now and my degree is currently now sitting on a shelf gathering dust. As I try to grow enough as a competitor and as a content creator to make a living playing video games. Because that is because I enjoy this way more than accounting. No. That's where standing up when you have a 9-frame DP is actually better, because if you're standing on top of another seal and you duck it, Grimnir can dash again and get past you, so you can't punish him. But if you stand block it, the only thing Grimnir could do is try to dash again, but he'll still eat the DP. So if you stand block the Tiger Knee dash and do the 9-frame DP, then you do it immediately, you should punish him every time. Oops. Fair enough.
Believe in victory.
No, I do not mean that in the slightest, Bosnian. Do not give him bad advice. Do not give people bad advice when I'm trying to give them advice on how to fight my character. You're just going to lead to more people complaining about my character. When literally all we do is tell people how to beat our character. That's just. That guy made my head spin. Yeah, it was not fun. No, if you do it right as in you don't delay the DP by a frame after you block the air dash. Because if you accidentally delay it after you block the air dash, Grimnir will land on the will be able to land on the ground and block it. Okay, I've caught this guy 3 times doing this. Zane, are you expecting announcement for season 3 in EVO? No. I would be absolutely shocked if we get a full season 3 announcement at EVO. I would be shocked if we're going to get a season 3 announcement, because that would mean we're going to get the character trailer for Wilderness. We're going to get the teaser trailer for Meg. We're gonna get the front image for Ilsa, and we're going to get the teaser for possibly like the outline or the teaser or whatever of the first character for season 3. I do not see a world where that happens. Like at most, I think we might get like the first teaser trailer for Meg or something, and then maybe like the opening intro for Elsa or something. Kind of like what happened. Actually, no. We're probably not even get that. We'll probably literally just get like the portrait of her. We'll get like the opening teaser for Meg, and then like the portrait front whatever for Elsa, kind of like what happened last year, where we got the full trailer for Versusia, we got the teaser for Vicola, with being her opening, and then we got the like front opening, or like the front like main picture teaser for Sandalphon. So like at most that could be what would happen again, but I do not see a world where season 3 is going to get announced at EVO, because they'd have to reveal so much shit before, in order to reach that point. So we make it. Appreciate that going on. Yes, I like this.
Great. Great.
Is it this? Perfect. Safe. In case you're wondering, can I just block it? No. No, I cannot. But yeah, so unfortunately, Mauricio, I have to say no. I don't expect season 3 to be to be announced at the end of EVO. I think at most, at most we'll at least see the rest of the characters. That would be the most.
Here begins Fate's episode.
We saw apparently everything we playtest there. True.
Dread versus Grimner.
Invincible versus will have a playtest there. Marvel Tokon will have a playtest there. 2XKO with Vi and all their new changes is going to have a playtest there. Ken in Fatal Fury is going to have a playtest there. Unfortunately, I don't think Willingness is going to be there. Toka Online versus the Toka. Okay, as always, I'm going to have to be the one to defend 2XKO. Even if the hype behind 2XKO was as high as it was before, right? Even if we ignore the drop off of hype for the game. This is literally going to be the first time anyone is going to be able to try Marvel Tokon. We don't even have any clue how the combat of the game even works outside of the fact that it's got 1 health bar and 4 characters. We don't know how many buttons are in the fighters. We don't know how the combo structure is going to work. We don't know how many assists you can call. We don't know how happy birthdays work. We don't know what the fuck's going on with the wall break. We know nothing pretty much about that. Meanwhile, 2XKO, we basically know everything about that, and the game is going to be available to play permanently for many people, starting in 6 weeks. So it's like, in defense of 2XKO for the inevitably long line of Marvel Tokon, and the inevitably still probably decently long line for 2XKO, but not as long as Marvel Tokon. New toy, gimme. Pretty much. It's gonna be the best way to put it, pretty much. New toy, gimme.
Battle 2.
There is a ether. What, you mean DBFZ versus Marvel Infinite or something? Hey, I'm not saying Marvel Tokon isn't going to destroy 2XKO when it comes out, like DBZ did to Marvel Infinite. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying in defense for 2XKO for the inevitability that the Marvel Tokon line is going to be longer than the 2XKO one. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Marvel Tokon isn't going to be bigger than 2XKO when it comes out. I'm just saying the line is definitely going to be bigger because new toy, gimme. No. Someone tweeted out a picture of the two muscle arms, joining hands in a and it ended up being one of them was 2XKO and one was Marvel Tokon with the title. I believe both can exist at the same time. Hype for both. And that's honestly where I think it's going to be at too. I think assuming that 2XKO doesn't suck on release. I think that it's probably going to be the number 3 game behind Street Fighter and Tekken. Could potentially be higher than Tekken. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see again. Kind of comes down to how good the game is and how many people are actually going to play. How many people are actually going to play it? Because as much as people are like, Riot game, must play, big money, blah 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 blah. A lot of people don't actually like tag fighters. So we'll see how many actually still play it. But I think there's a decent chance it's going to be like at worst third. And it's going to be the new member of the big three taking over Guilty Gear Strive's place. So I don't see Fatal Fury being that. Even though it's currently that, at least for this EVO, I don't see it staying that way. Also the Fatal Fury news. Yeah, we'll probably get the Ken release dates, and we'll get the teaser for Joe. It's probably what's going to happen for Fatal Fury for EVO at the least. And also King, I don't think Hunter x Hunter literally I don't think is going to survive until, or is not surviving until freaking Nen Impact. I don't think Nen Impact is surviving until the release point of the soft launch slash closed beta of 2XKO. Did I find opponents last time? No. Over an hour of nothing. Across my time playing Nen Impact yesterday, I spent over an hour searching and ranked during that time. Never found an opponent. And it's not even like search for opponent of similar rank only in NA West, only with high connections. No, I literally was searching anything, anywhere, any connection, any rank, don't care. Just give me a freaking match. Never found a thing. So yeah, no, I don't think Nen. I believe Nen Impact is a fun game. I don't think it's even going to survive. I don't think it's going to even survive until the soft launch of the game. I think it pretty much has quite literally, like, I know we jokingly have mentioned like DNF Duel like died on Impact. Marvel Infinite died extremely quick. Fatal Fury seems to be dying insanely quick. That fast at DNF Duel. Hunter, I don't know if Nen Impact ever lived. At least DNF Duel lived at the start. It didn't live long, but it lived at the start. I don't think Hunter x Hunter has even lived. Its all-time peak was like 280 players. I think DNF was at least a couple thousand. And if you're comparing any game to DNF Duel, that's not good. Especially if we're talking about how long the game has survived. Then that's especially not good. And saying it's probably worse in terms of survivability, that is unheard of up to this point. And that, I believe, is legitimately where Nen Impact is at right now. One, 2, 3. 60. But same idea though. It's a game that looks like it's cost about $30 to $40. It plays like an $80 game, in my opinion. I think it's really fun. And then has the connection of a trying to think of what the first system was with trying to think of the first system with connections on it. But basically that was good up there. And then they announced they decided to release the game 2 weeks before EVO. Not exactly good there either. Pokemon Chain and EVO next year. I hope Pokemon Champions comes out before EVO next year. Oh my fucking god, dude. Oh, this is the demo. That's the demo. Hang on. That's the demo. We're good. That's the demo. Still not good, but all good. That was just the demo. I clicked on the wrong one. My fault. My bad. 82. My bad. All-time peak 181. Game's been out for less than a week. DNF Duel. But yeah, so this is what I mean by at least DNF Duel lived. This is what I mean by at least DNF Duel lived. Not for long, clearly. Peaked at 12K and looks like within a month it fell below 1,000. Peaked at 12K within a month and a half fell below 1,000. Not sure what happened here. Or maybe the first DLC character or something. I don't know. But yeah, so DNF Duel basically lasted a month to a month and a half. Oh, actually, I can just look it up here. July 2000. So it's open. So basically, when it came out, August 200. So 2 months. Yeah. So basically, if you want to say it dies when it hits below 100, pretty much, then basically it took 2 months. So, but the game at least lived. And Impact has never lived. When its all-time peak was 181, I don't believe the game literally ever actually lived. So that's what I mean by this game. That's what I mean by this game, unfortunately, because like I said, much like with DNF Duel, because I found DNF Duel very fun. Same thing with Hunter x Hunter. I find it fun. Some very, very, very poor choices led to unfortunate fates, to say the least. But yeah, so that's what I mean by I don't. So that's what I meant. But that's what I meant by that. Also, can you cancel jumping normals into air spell special? Yes. That tends to actually be a fairly common combo I end up doing when I get a upwards dashing combo.
Great.
Hope the Access Closed Beta is not limited. Really. So what's good, Upster? Mauricio, it is going to be limited at the start. So at the start, I don't know how many people are actually being invited at the start, past those who were in the first 2 alpha labs. But I'm fairly sure. But they had said that between then and, of anything, probably after the first couple of weeks, so I said like the first couple of weeks is going to be a bit rough as they get everything opened up. But past that, they're going to be inviting more and more people,
Believe in victory.
leading until the game's eventual release.
Engage.
They needed a bigger budget. That's what it needed. It needed a bigger budget. They needed a bigger budget, and it needed to start on rollback from the start. Because very few people are actually complaining about the actual gameplay of the game. People are complaining about the looks of the game, and people are complaining about the netcode. And then, of course, the price. But what they needed was a bigger budget. Because they had potential. They had the potential, quite literally, making the next Marvel game. You know, before the next Marvel game was actually announced. But Bushiro just is not planning on putting much of it. Just did not want to put much of a budget on the games that they're making. So. It is what it is. It's very unfortunate because, like I said, I think the game is fun, but it is what it is. But I will say the game flopped even harder than I thought, though, than I would have thought. I figured the game was going to do bad, right? But they beat my expectations. I think that kills Susan with animation, yeah. What's good, Rice? Forward to seeing Zane win EVO. I'm gonna try. I'm definitely gonna try. Even though Aaron said I'm not allowed to win EVO, I will still try to win EVO anyways.
Battle 2. Engage.
Yes, as always, I'll say I'll do my best. That's all I ever promise. Cause that's all I'm ever for sure on is that I'll try my best. Nah. That was it.
Battle 3.
Top 8. If you place top 8 in any of their qualifying tournaments, besides I think silver events, I think silver events only the top 3 get points. Then you will get points. And EVO is a plat plus event, so so the most points possible on the line, on top of a automatic spot on the finals. Yeah, we were talking about that impact.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage. Excellent. Battle 2. Engage.
Been a while since we've had a bot in the chat. Definitely have not missed them, so. I think they're both very much imbalanced, but only one of them is on purpose. Hunter x Hunter, I'm pretty sure, was made literally in the same style as Marvel, where if everything is broken, nothing is broken kind of situation. Where Fatal Fury, I don't think their plan was to have only like 4 or 5 characters playable at a top level. So I think that's the big difference. That being said, though, Nen Impact definitely has a few outliers, to say the least. Basically, seeing just about every team have either Biscay or Crollo in it. Same thing with a bunch of kites as well. So definitely seeing some imbalance, to say the least, but like I said, I think that game was literally designed with imbalance in mind. Kick. That game for sure. Well, it's made by the same people that made Ultimate Marvel 3, so. So I don't think many people find that to be much of a surprise. It's an unfortunate game. It's unfortunately going to be the best way to put it, pretty much. It's unfortunate.
精錬の
Believe in victory.
It definitely had a lot of potential to it. And I will say this, now that it's pretty much fully resigned itself to being a Discord fighter already, when the side tournament happens at EVO, or when it's a main game at EVO France, I'll tell you guys one thing: I am very excited to watch the top 8s for them. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing the stupid shit people are going to come up with for that game, because of how much stupid shit they're allowing in that game. So I'm very much looking forward to it. No. I do not believe so. For the reason of 2XKO, Invincible Versus, and Marvel Rivals. Invincible or 2XKO primarily. Because of the 7-month delay in Net Impact's release due to the addition of rollback, it put if the game came out last year in November like it originally was supposed to, and it flopped this hard, I'd say yes, they could have fixed it between the patch they're currently working on to fix the net code, and then of course the DLC character and everything. But because it got delayed by 7 months, and they're now a mere 6 weeks away from the soft launch of 2XKO, their window pretty much vanished. So now their window basically was their launch. Because they're going to have to correct their game and have it compete with 2XKO at the same time. They're going to have to fix their game and fight with 2XKO. And then if they somehow manage to do that and survive as a second fiddle to 2XKO, they're still going to have to try to survive the eventual 1-2 that will be Invincible Versus and 2XKO, and then the eventual more than likely 1-2 that's eventually going to be 2XKO and Marvel Tokon, or the 1-2-3 that is Marvel Tokon, Invincible Versus, and 2XKO. They just, yeah. They basically when they got pushed back 7 months, their window literally became their release has to be good. I don't think the game can make a comeback now, but now that it wasn't. I could be wrong, but that's just my guess.
目が薄いているんだ。目が薄いているんだ。
Yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to watching watching the top 8 that people come up with for the people come up with for Net Impact for EVO. Then I'm especially looking forward to it for EVO France. I'm just probably not going to be one of them. Diaphone's going to go to EVO to try to win a free trip to EVO France by winning the Net Impact tournament.
Here begins Fate's episode. Vicola versus Grimner. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Yep, because to be fair, he probably is one of the best Net Impact players in the world right now. There's just not a lot of Net Impact players in the world. That's the one thing. But he is still probably one of the best, though. So he probably will be one of the favorites to win it. What? It's true. Just because there's not a lot of players for a game in the world, that doesn't mean the best player of said game isn't the best player in the world for it. Now that goes back to a lesson Damascus taught me when I was first joining the scene. He told me Zane, if you place sixth at a tournament and if you place sixth in a tournament that only has 8 players, you don't say, oh, I placed 6th out of 8. You say, I placed top 6. Or if you got fourth in a tournament with basically nothing in it, you don't say, oh, I got 4th out of 5. I got or anything like that. You say, I got top 4. You make it sound better when you say things like it like that.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
You don't tell people I won a tournament, but only like 10 people showed up. You say, no, I won. I went to this tournament and I won. Or you can technically do what Aqua said, and in the opposite way, make it sound worse. Make it sound worse. Yo, Fatty Raid. What's good, Colonel? How goes the puppets? Watch check. And he passed. Good for him. I missed.
Battle 2.
I wonder where the signups is for the Net Impact tournament. I'm curious how many people are entering it. So I'm sure a lot more now that people know you win a free trip to EVO France for it. killed all the bosses using the spin wheel. Yeah, I saw that was your title. So you were just spinning a wheel, and then whatever boss it landed on was the boss you went to go kill. Fair enough. You managed to do a deathless? Also, gotta remember before we end stream, whenever the hell that ends up happening. Whenever the hell that ends up happening, we gotta double. Sure didn't. Hey. Gonna have to double check to see where the rank things are looking like. Also, finally found this guy. Finally found this guy in the mail, by the way, Colonel. Staring contest. Fear the poo. Nope, that's poo. Found poo in the found him in the mail finally. All right, don't worry, my kip's still here too. Happy plushie? Serious plushie? Happy plushie? Serious plushie? Don't worry. I still got Mudkip's the one that's still on my desk.
Here begins Fate's episode. 2B versus Grimner.
I still find it funny how quickly you all seem to grasp onto Mudkip. I was definitely not expecting that when I bought it at CEO. Of course he is. If he wasn't, I wouldn't have bought him. I just wasn't expecting it. Oh yeah. So okay, so at what point? At what point? So at what point am I going to have to add Mudkip to add Mudkip to my hitbox? Although I'm not sure if the guy who did the artwork for my hitbox, I don't know if he would still be around to even make me a new one. Leave Mudkip on the side and keep Beerus as the hitbox. I was just going to have Mudkip added to the hitbox. So basically, actually, I can probably have Colonel do that. Honestly, not sure how to do it, but literally have it be the same. Just put Mudkip like in the top right corner or something. But at this point though, the Beerus how long have so I've had this artwork for Beerus for as long as I've had this hitbox. So I've had this exact artwork for 3 years. A little longer than that, 3.5 years, something like that. Long ass time.
Battle 2. Engage.
Also shows the quality of the hitbox, huh? That's the I've had next to no problems with it. You mastered my plus frames. Welcome back, Colonel.
Battle 3. Engage.
Hello, Piccolo player. How you doing, Dragalia? Yeah, sure. Mayonnaise. Thanks for appreciate it. Question though, mayonnaise. Is mayonnaise an instrument? Do I like my bracket? No. No. No, I do not. Out of pools, I gotta fight Versusia, then Vasaraga, and then either Versusia or Kag, depending on what Elsa decides to play, and then Versusia again. So no, I do not like my bracket whatsoever. That goes the granting of blue tonight. Okay. My EVO pass sucks, and I hope it changes. Yeah, that's the thing, Dragalia. It's really hard to get these characters into that situation where I can put them in the high-low mix. That's the thing. If it was easy to put every single character into the high-low mix, then Grimnir really would have no bad matchups. I know you like your bracket there, Aaron, because you literally posted on Twitter, Evo do not change anything, please. But I freaking hate mine. I'd be surprised if I lose to Neanderthal, but Diate 100% could beat me in a first to two. And then I'd have to fight either Elsa or Wacky Pie, so I definitely would rather be Wacky Pie. But either way, that would suck. And then I managed to win that. I'm probably going to have to fight Gamera. So yeah, my path sucks. You cook everyone before Elsa. I cook everyone before Diate. I should, and there's a high likelihood I beat Diate. But I would not say I cook him primarily because it's probably going to be first to two Vasaraga. But I should beat Diate. Don't get me wrong. But it's first to two Vasaraga. And then Elsa, God knows how the hell that's going to go, because God knows what the hell she's going to play. And then it'd be Gamera. Also, if I lose to Elsa, I'm probably going to end up having to fight Hava, just to even get to the match to make top 8s. And then if I manage to do that, then my reward would be Monarch. If I manage to beat Elsa, then I fight Gamera, and then I lose that. I think my odds against Vermilion is decent, because even though I hate the 2B matchup, I don't think he has much experience against Grimnir. Out of curiosity, what's my path if I do end up losing to Diate? Beat Lee, whoever that is, then Wacky Pie. Then Wacky Pie or Elsa. And then it'd be top 24. And then if I beat Wacky Pie, then I would have to fight BSG, and then Kiri, and then potentially you. Huh. I think even if I lose the DOT, I like my odds of making top 24. Wish me luck after that. Ironically enough though, if I had to choose between losing to Elsa and losing to Diate when looking at brackets, I honestly would rather lose the Diate. Because I honestly think I like my odds better against BSG, Kiri, and you than I do Hava and Monarch. Granted, not like either of those are good options. In fact, I wouldn't even call them okay options. They're terrible options. They're all terrible options. Also, Dragalia, did you want to play the first? Are we playing the first? Are we playing the first to 10, or am I getting back to looking for ranked? But yeah, Aaron, basically, no, I hope the bracket changes and my path changes a bit, because an army of having to beat three Versusias and one Vasaraga in order to out of pools in order to make top 8s as Grimnir fucking sucks. Like, it honestly couldn't, like, the only way it could get worse would be if you swapped Elsa with Hava. That would probably be literally the only way it could my path could be worse. So I am very much not happy with my path. And this tournament is probably going to make me heavily regret not getting a second character figured out. Just EVO is going to 100%. EVO's going to more than likely going to 100% freaking make me hate the fact that I didn't get a secondary specifically for Versusia and slightly for Vasaraga. Nothing I can do about it except hope it changes, and then practice like mad to try and be as ready as I can for the event. And missing my dash on 26 XLs is not helpful. And yeah, Zambi, I'm going to 100% be drained by the end of Saturday. I'm going to be glad I'm not doing anything Sunday. I'll really not block that. GG's, dude. Hope your Grand Blue grind is going alright. Really? Oh, appreciate it, man. I'm gonna need it. Shit looks like a bloodbath.
Battle 1. Engage.
Hurry up. Oh, dude. What's up, Midnight?
Battle 2. Engage. Battle 3. Engage.
Three. Sounds good. Enjoy your lurk and have a good night there, Colonel.
荒れ狂う竜巻のごとき猛攻だったぞ。汝の一瞬
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
こことどまれ。世界だ。
Great. Great.
の刃。
You have got to be kidding me.
Excellent.
Oh, that was a super too. I got ultimate something. I got ultimate tornado. Unfortunate.
Battle 2. Engage.
How do I not get a close button there? How do I not get a close button there?
Battle 3. Engage.
Close enough now, right? Oh, yeah.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Good do it there quick. EVO should be fun, eh? Really thought the tornado would kill.
Battle 2. Engage.
Really? Oh yeah, why is that quick? Yeah, fair. Once that happens, going to FGC events become like more like social events, like social visits to go see people, go meet people, things like that. Which is still good. Which is still good too. Also, hey, guess what? The bug happened. I've got a seal somewhere around there. Yeah, I was gonna say on the bright side of you doing that, shit's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper to be a spectator than it is to be a competitor. That's for sure. And for everyone except for 8 players for each game, they don't get anything for competing. And let's be honest, if EVO ends up being more of a convention than anything than a fighting game tournament nowadays. You got the 20 billion arcade games. You got the history of EVO things. You got a million shops. You get to try out all the new characters. Most of the new games. EVO is kind of like E3 for fighting games. And besides that, there's a tournament going on as well. Wait. Two. Fatal Fury, and Fatal Fury will just see if I make it far enough to get the Chipotle, to get the free Chipotle card that I'm then just going to immediately give away, since I've literally never kept one. I've legitimately never kept one. So give away my Chipotle card. I just give them away. I don't know. I'm curious how much money and free food I've given away. I think I've given Miss Valentine like four of them. I don't know how expensive Chipotle is. I've probably given her like 50, 60 bucks worth of free Chipotle. I'm not that way. That's what I get for not using them. That's what I get for not using the mark button. I assume now cross up. So definitely look cross up. Guess not. What's funny though? Last time I sent her one from Chain Shift. She said when she went to get it, she sent me a picture of the food she got. I think last year I gave one to, did I give Miss Valentine one last year for EVO? I know I gave, actually no, I think I gave them both. I think I gave them both to my two friends. Actually no, I only made it out for one, so I gave the Chipotle card to one of my friends last year. Because you didn't get a Chipotle card for making it out from the side tournaments. So I didn't get one from making it out of Dragon Ball. Why do I do things?
Battle 2. Engage. Victory. Battle 1. Engage. Marvelous. Battle 2. Engage.
見切れるか。
That was funny looking.
Battle 3. Engage.
時には
I can't exactly say anything. Grimnir doesn't. Grimnir gets that exact same situation against people, so I can't say anything.
1.
Much as I would like to. Okay, good. I said oh because it was a little high, and if it's a little too high, then Grimnir doesn't get animation on that super. And I wish I was kidding. Jab, 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 jab.
誉れとするがいい汝の意志
Believe in victory.
Jab, 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 jab.
1. Engage.
Jab, 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 jab. Alright, everywhere.
Battle 2. Engage.
停滞せよ貫く風待て世代せいシッ朝
避けられる。言ってごめん。歌い清めましょう。
Half. -6 goes jump in the air after me.
風の呼吸
I'm short. I'm short.
Battle 3. Engage.
こたびの戦いの行方、死にしかと見届く。汝の一瞬
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
The fact that she gets full combo mid screen from that is still insane to me. Keep messing up the two she used timing.
Battle 2. Engage.
Probably would have died there. How's that, Pixel?
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Yeah, definitely been a while. I had to double check that name. How you doing, man? Yep, new layout, new room, new setup. New camera, new a lot of stuff. It's just kind of dark. It's just kind of dark in the room because it is kind of dark out. What you been up to though, Pixel? Yes, again.
まさに究極の戦い。何時の一瞬。
Yeah, I was gonna risk it to you that time. The neuro chin things. Fair enough. Hopefully you're doing hopefully you're doing okay though. I blocked that way. I know. Just press the block button. That was a Grinch. How do you see me? I'm a cool and grand but I have a block button. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to survive when 2x KO comes out, man. There's no block button there. I don't know how I'm going to live. Oh, I still block and block primarily with the back button in this game. There's just some matchups where I have to. Just some matchups where I have to. Nice. Always fun. That's awesome. I'm probably closing in on a decade since the last time I saw one of my friends from high school. Although, funnily enough, I apparently was on a plane with a friend from high school though. Funnily enough, at one point 2 years ago, yeah, 2 years ago. I was actually on the same plane as someone from my high school. Him and his new wife were on their way to the honeymoon, and I was on the same flight as me to CEO. And they didn't even say hi to me. Yeah, the only reason I found out was because a different friend from high school texted me out of the blue and said, "Did you just fly to Orlando?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, oh, you're on the same flight as Brian. And I'm just like, oh, wait, so you're texting. So in my head, I'm like, wait, so you're texting me, meaning that he told you. Meaning that he saw me, and he didn't come say hi. That bitch. No, they knew I was good at video. They knew I was good at video games, but I don't think they had any play. I don't think they had any intentions, just like I did back then, of trying to play video games professionally. Because at least back in the days of high school, professional gamers were not gaming as a job wasn't really a thing. So like they knew I was good at gaming, but none of us would have guessed. None of us would have guessed where I'm at right now. Back then. I haven't touched any of them in God knows how long. So. I sent him a message. I don't have his number anymore. So I sent a message to his wife because we're friends on Instagram, I think it is. Even though I never use Instagram, I just know she has one. So I offered her my congratulations. Said I was on the same flight, and then told her that I was there for a fighting game tournament, and then never heard back from that. So. And then a few days later, I post on Facebook me holding a wrestling belt. So I'm sure they were very confused about that. GG's, Regalia. I am not French. Jesus Christ, I am not French. If Miss Valentine actually does what she plans on doing, Mudkip will be French. I am not French, sweet Jesus. I'm Dutch. I'm not half French, I am half Dutch. How many times do I have to say this?
Here begins Fate's episode. Grimner versus Gran.
Roll and pray Roll and pray, and when Ultimate Butterfly comes out, take it.
To win victory. Battle 1. Engage.
How's that for an answer? Yeah, you quite literally just have to work your way in against her. Either that or patiently wait to get to 50%, and then you use ultimate projectile to try to catch one of her arrows. I did not mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. At the records show, I've been hopping up and down my room for the past 30 minutes, theory crafted into the last two characters, give me a 2x. Also, Yasuo Tornado OTGing is giving me the happy drug.
自分の目指す場所へ
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Oh, I agree, Grinch. I think Matera is the best owner in the game. I believe she's one of the best, the best owner in the game, and one of the best characters in the game in general.
顔をするか
I unfortunately, depending on if they want to save him for DLC or not, we're missing a grappler character, a support character, and a trap character, and a technical character from the leaked roster, from the leaked roster archetypes. So that's what we're missing from the data mine leaked roster archetypes. So the question is who. The question is who. The question is who's going to be in those, assuming that the last two characters end up being two of those. If we're talking grappler, I think it's either going to be Blitzcrank or Set. So I think they're the most likely characters to involve grabs. Trap characters, I unfortunately think is going to end up being Teemo. Zane, how can someone convince you to use Yasuo on your team? It wouldn't take much convincing. Like, it really wouldn't take much convincing. Depending on what the last two characters end up being, there's a decent chance that I'm literally going to make a team that includes some duo of Ahri, Echo, and Yasuo. That would quite literally, just because of the fact that I will definitely try Vi. Don't get me wrong; she's the hyper mobility character that I love, but she is very and only punchy, which is not the kind of character I love. So I'm a bit hit or miss when it comes to her. So depending on who the last two characters are, quite literally Echo, Ahri, and Yasuo might literally be it for characters I might be interested in. Teemo's an extra hurt box. True. Unfortunately, as much as I hate Teemo, I probably am going to like Teemo. As much as I hate him. But yeah, so if we're talking grapplers, I think it's either going to be either Set or Blitzcrank make the most sense for characters that could be grapplers. If we're talking trap characters, I literally think like Teemo's like the only option, unless you want to like make like Orianna or maybe Nidalee. Since Nidalee puts out traps, she could be. Maokai could be a good grappler. Maokai could definitely be one too. Actually, yeah, so you can go with her. So Teemo is the most likely, unfortunately, but I would love for freaking Nidalee to be the character, because she does have traps and it would fit, and she would literally have a ranged form and a melee form, and she'd be mobile. Yeah, I just really want Nidalee in the game. All right, but yeah, so those are probably the ones I think for trap. Assist is a little weird. I think, but if we're talking like pure assist-like characters, then maybe something you could see technically Rakan, Yumi if we want. Yumi if we want. I don't know if they would put Yumi just because of the fact that Yumi I don't know how they would make her an actual character besides just a pure assist. But they could technically do that if they want to do that and like fully go in on the Juggernaut idea. Not sure they would do that, but there's a decent chance of that. Lulu, since she's like a pure assist, she was like a pure support style character. I still think Rakan would probably be the coolest of the bunch. Although I was talking with Uber Cheesecake over the weekend, and we came up with some ideas for Lulu when we were talking about the potential final characters, and we were looking at the assist character, like the support character, and when we started thinking of ideas for Lulu, we came up with a lot of cool ideas. So I wouldn't mind Lulu, depending on what they end up doing with her. And then the last one was technical character, and God knows what the hell character is going to go into a roster and be classified as the technical archetype. It's like, what are we going to talk about? Zed? Like, we're going to talk like the technical characters in League. So we're talking about like Zed, Irelia, Azir, Orianna. Actually, Orianna's type was not really considered a technical character in League, but you get what I mean, though. Like the characters most people in League consider difficult, would that be considered technical? Because it's like, what the heck would you consider technical for an archetype? It's like, how is technical an archetype? So I'm a bit confused on that one. I hope it's not a zero though, because I don't think I'd want to see a puppet character in a tag fighter. That sounds like it would be a nightmare and a half. Should have a character like Rock Raccoon in UMVC 3? Well, tiny character. Like I said, that's probably going to end up being Teemo. He's probably going to be the trap character. Syndra, yeah. So we're talking about orb characters as if I'm looking for a Beerus character. Then yeah, Syndra would be the most likely candidate because in League of Legends she literally summons orbs and then sends orbs flying at people. So if I'm looking specifically for a Beerus style character, she would definitely be it. The one downside to her though is she is definitely very immobile. But if I'm looking specifically for a Beerus style character, as in summon orb, hit orbs, then yeah, Syndra would quite literally be it. I still personally just want Zed and Irelia to be the last two characters announced, even though I know that's not going to be it. There's a decent chance it's going to be neither of them, but those are still the two that I want to be the last two, because I want that to be my team. I want to have Irelia Zed be my team. It'd make me so happy. Sounds gross. Yep, pretty much. Like I said, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want a puppet character. Yeah, I don't want a puppet character in 2XKO. Puppet character in tag fighters just sounds stupid. Stupid in general. So. But yeah, I just don't know what the hell they're going to mean. They're going to do for don't know what the hell they're going to end up doing for technical, or like I said, that's even going to end up being an archetype, or that's just something they just threw in there for just for people to think, just for them to know these are going to be the difficult to play characters. Also, God, this connection's ass. This is 100% a one and done. My lord, this is terrible. So I can BB tag, which is more pseudo puppet. Okay. It's still close enough. Either way though, either way though, I don't think puppet characters and tag fighters just make no sense because it basically will end up turning into a 3v, and it'll end up turning into a 3v2 in the case of 2x KO. So I don't see a world where Azir ends up in the game. Orianna, on the other hand, is a bit more interesting. Cause she's not exactly a puppet character. She could technically be considered a trap character in a way, placing her orbs, kind of like Manat in Street Fighter. I think in general most people aren't big fans of puppet characters, but there are some people that like absolutely just love puppet characters and just will always play them. I'm fine with them in 1v1 games, even though they tend to be pretty hard to balance. Zato, for example, in Guilty Gear was either top tier or has either been top tier or like one of the worst in the game for as long as Strive's been around. I'm pretty sure in Xrd he was top tier. That character that Elsa and those other people are trying to get banned in Central Fiction, I'm guessing they're pretty top tier. But they seem to end up being fairly difficult to balance. No, Nappa does a lot besides the Cybermen. But yes, Nappa has either been awful or broken and not much in between. Do you have any advice on how to input forward and backward super jump consistent on leverless?
Versus Grimner.
Advice on how to input forward and backwards. Say that again, Typhoon?
To believe in victory. Battle 1.
And also, Grange, that's exactly my point. They tend to either be broken or terrible.
Battle 2. Engage.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, and on. Oh, okay. Sorry, sorry. My fault. I was having a hard time figuring that out. You say on lover list. So basically you just hold forward or backwards with either your index or ring fingers based on which direction you're going, and then you press. And then you just press down then up with your middle finger and thumb. Or at least that's what I do. So like that. And then if you're struggling to do that, as terrible as it is to say, it's just going into training mode and then doing it a bunch of times. I know no one ever likes that advice, but it is true. That is the. That's always going to be the number one thing when it comes, specifically when it comes to movement. Going to training mode and then just doing that same boring movement over and over again is always going to be the way to go. Enjoy that, Zambi. And GG's their knights. Yeah, I'm sure you understand why. I'm sure you understood why I won and done there. All good. Was an off game or anything or something. It happens. It happens. That's why I don't immediately block people after one game of lag. I'll show. Yeah, is it for this game? Their typhoon, or is it for a different game? But yeah, the simplest something I can say pretty much when it comes to any movement specifically in Blaze Blue. Okay, sorry I missed that part. Unfortunately this is not Blaze Blue, so I can't really show you Blaze Blue movement. But the simplest way I can put it pretty much for any kind of fighting game movement is literally just go into training mode and then just do it. But if you look at my inputs on the left side of the screen, you literally just see me hold forward and then down up. So with my index finger, I hold right, and then with my middle and thumb, I do down up. Then same thing with left, just with my ring finger. And then if you want to do a dash jump, it's same thing. You double tap and then hold and then super jump. Can't really do that. Can't really do that in Grand Blue because the back you can't jump out of the backdash, but you can do the same thing. But you just double tap forward or double tap back, and then down, then immediately down up. I personally use my left thumb. I know some people use their rights, but I personally use my lefts for the up button.
検証開始だ
Gainley knows have a good rest of your turn. Appreciate that, Rice. Hope you have a good night. So yeah, Giant Zane real quick.
検証開始だ
Basically, I'm holding, and then da 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 da. Same thing with this. Da 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 da.
腕がむずいているんだ
So that's pretty much what I do when it comes to Leveless, pretty much. And then yeah, there's a whole bunch of movement practice in training mode. Unfortunately, I did that's what I would do a lot in when I was playing Dragon Ball. Was just a whole bunch of dash forward into super jump into double tap back for backdash. So basically, I would do dash forward, super jump, immediate backdash, and then just practice that over and over again to get used to moon jumping and moon jump floating, be able to super jump into immediate backdash. Just a bunch of different movement options in order just to get used to it. Plus Ultra 2 days ago. Okay, so if we're talking about you just getting Leverless, then don't worry too much about it, because at this point you're still getting used to it. The rule of thumb for most people is it takes about 2 months for you to fully get used to the hitbox. For me, it took about a month to get used to it, and took another month or so for me to be better on hitbox than I was on fight stick. So 2 months total, month to get used to it, 2 months to improve on where I was. But that was me practicing. With it every day. Number one rule, Typhoon, though, if you're with learning hitbox, is don't go back. If you plan on switching to hitbox permanently, do not go back. Do not say, okay, I'm going to play hitbox today and tomorrow, but I'm kind of tired of the hitbox. I want to play some ranked or something, so I'm going to go swap to back to pad or fight stick or whatever it is you're using before. Don't swap back. You'll be worse off for a while, but the more times you go back and forth, the longer it's going to take for you to fully transition to it. Swap back to Giant Zane for a second. So my button layouts. Oops, sorry. I got my button layouts. I've got light, medium, skill, and throw. And starting from bottom left, this is you, heavy, block, nothing. This was dash, but then I got the extensions. And my extensions, I have this as dash and this as raging strike because I kind of ran out of buttons to put on things, so I just put it there because why not? I have no idea how people use pad. Yeah, my Dragon Ball layouts was the same general idea for as I do for this for Grand Blue. Same light, medium, and heavy, and then it's just special instead of view. So I just carried that over into this game, and then block button. I kind of just put it there because it's easy to reach, or like it's easy to press and doesn't really interfere with pressing anything else. And having the dash button be easily accessible to where my right thumb is always resting on that button. So always having access to pressing the dash button immediately like that, especially in a game like this where 6XL is so busted, that just always having your thumb on the dash button is especially having on the macro. Like if any of you out there play this game and don't have the dash button set to a macro, I would heavily recommend it. It is very important. Push the pad when your stick broke, and after a month and a half from here and there, prior to comfortable with it. Fair. For me, it's just so, like, I'm sure I could get used to it in terms of backplay, but my hands always hurt, like, after using it for any extended period of time. Back when I was streaming Dragon Ball, one of my point redemptions was play a set on pad. So like 20, 30 minutes later after a set using pad, my hands would be hurting trying to freaking use the thing. So it's like I probably could get used to it and actually play decently with it, but my hands were always hurting after using it for an extended period of time. Yeah, I didn't use the dash macro in Dragon Ball. Even now that I have extra buttons, I still don't use the dash macro to actually dash in Dragon Ball. I still manually input it. The only time I ever use the dash macro in Dragon Ball is to dash through the opponent in Zamasu fights. That's the only time I ever used the dash macro in Dragon Ball. Meanwhile, in this game, I use it all the freaking time. I'm probably going to end up using it a bunch in 2XKO as well. We'll see. We'll see once I actually get my hands fully onto it. But during the alphas, I'm pretty sure I used it a fair bit. Oops. Last input has worked better for me so far. What would you recommend? Last input, 100%.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Unless you play Street Fighter, because that's against the rules. But if you play anything that's not Street Fighter, I would recommend I would recommend last input ones. Oh my god, the freeze! I even baited out the throw too. Did the damn. Shit. And it's the freezing again. Can't tell this guy is trying to lag. Is lag switching or alt tabbing? I'm just going to assume alt tabbing. Ow. Also, I wonder that Albion is named after the Yu-Gi-Oh card. But yeah, though, try the dash macro in many games is so freaking useful, because it'll always be faster to press a single button with the dash macro than it is to double tap in any direction, be it to back dash, forward dash, run, sprint, run, whatever. It'll always be faster to press one than two. Or in the case of a fight stick, double tapping forward.
Here begins Fate's episode. Grimner versus Sores. Believe in victory. Battle.
Saurus. Oh, I don't like you. One, two, three. Who do you play in Central Fiction, by the way, Typhoon? Want to do ultimate for me? Want to do ultimate for me? Not what I meant. Kick. Kick. Kick.
Battle 2.
Kick. Is it trolling slightly to do the triple kick? Yes, because it does less damage. Is it easier to do than 2H delayed raging strike? Also yes. So it's only slight trolling. Alright, just light. That was bad. Wait, I didn't die.
Battle 2. Engage.
What are you pressing on my plus frames? Yeah, fair. I deserve that. Get off of me! Die. Get out of my sight! Sora's matchup, fine. Sora's 5U, not fine.
検証開始だ。検証開始だ。腕がうずいているんだ。
Can't wait to gap Gamera. I'm gonna be trying to. Hopefully the seedings change a little bit, and I don't have to. That'd be nice.
Believe in victory. Battle.
At the moment, I've got a gauntlet of Versusias. Okay, if you can do me a favor and take him out for me, then I would greatly appreciate it. No chance. Like I said, do me a favor and take him out. Do that, then I'll do my best to take down the Versusia gauntlet leading up to that, so that I can get to you. All I know for sure though is this EVO is going to be a bloodbath. we'll see. Like I said, these are just the preliminary brackets. I will confirm my path and probably start taking notes on my opponents starting this weekend. For now, I'll wait and just practice. Because we'll see how much stays the same. Yeah, Gamera's got a. So Gamera's got to fight against Mitosis the Matera, and then he's got to fight against you, and then he's got to fight against Beepaw before he gets to me. Oh, assuming I make it that far too. Okay, why the fuck is it? Okay, I'm a higher seed than Aaron. Why is his path so free? He has to fight against Aomi Akoma, whoever the hell that is, and Krylaws to make top 24. Why is his path so freaking free? I gotta fight against Neanderthal the Rasusia, and then Diete the Vasaraga. And then he's gotta fight against Zenith. No wonder Aaron doesn't want them to change. Doesn't want them to change anything. His shit is free.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
I will happily give him a higher seed. I'll happily give him the higher seed if I get his path. I'm not going to build more.
Battle 2.
We'll see. Where is my match to make top 24 have to be Elsa? Be like only Versusia. Actually, no, that's a lie. I know one other Versusia player. DM him for games.
サンダルか
Get ready for the Versusia onslaught. Whatever.
Battle 2. Engage.
Let's get to 23-5 before we call it a night. 23-5, and then we'll check out where the GM cutoffs are at, and we'll get back on the Gramble tomorrow.
Here begins Fate's episode. Sandalphon versus Grimner. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Unlucky. Guys are lost.
Battle 2. Engage.
Fair enough.
Believe in victory.
Ba-na-na-na-na-na.
1. Engage.
Three.
Battle 2. Engage.
I wanted to jump at first. Didn't work though. Freedom! Kind of. I was lucky.
相手の防御をことごとく崩すその技巧サンダル
Alright. Win one more, and then we'll go check out the rankings. And then we'll see you guys tomorrow.
検証開始だ。
Sounds good. Sounds good. Appreciate that. How's it going there, have a good night there, Bosnian. It goes alright, Rev. How about you? How you doing? Pretty sure that I'm gonna man. I'm just stranding that. Glad you enjoyed it, man. Any more updates on your leg there, Reverend? Doctors figure anything out at this point? I know, but figured I'd ask. I figured I'd ask.
Here begins Fate's episode. Sores versus Grimner.
So back to them guessing. Lovely.
One. Engage.
Best guess is more of the same. Cheerful. You got to.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Your luck with doctors, man, is something. I don't know. I don't have a better way to put it. It's it's something. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Battle 2. Engage.
I'll be honest, I don't think I wasn't paying close enough attention to that. Oh, and GG as well, though, by the way, wouldn't it be? Were you the one I was constantly catching with the cross-ups? Sorry, I thought you and another Sandalphon in back-to-back games. So I don't remember which was which. If you were the one I was catching with the cross-ups, and even if you weren't, I'll say it anyways, block button. Very important thing against Grimnir. So like, if that was you, then I'll say it. If it wasn't you, then good job on using the block button, but I'll say it anyways because it's very important. Ducking the tiger knee dash, very important. I shouldn't say very important, but very useful. I'm pretty sure your ultimate DP is fast enough, but I'll double check. Cause I don't think your normal one is. Let me check real quick before I give you advice. Before I give you bad advice. Oh, you have a 9-frame DP. If you block the tiger knee dash, just if you block the tiger knee dash, just medium DP. This one. Nope. I don't think it was. Nope, didn't think so. So it's Ryan Lights then? It's Ryan Lights. Because since you have a 9-frame DP, it's a guaranteed punish on the Tiger Knee Dash. Even if I dash and do nothing, I'm still getting punished for it. So a very, very useful tool against Grimnirs. Yep, even if I do nothing, any character with a 9-frame DP can get a guaranteed punish on Grimnir if they block the Tiger Knee Dash. It's something that I have said and other Grimnirs have said many times, but no one ever listens. But I'm sure that'll help quite a bit since that tends to if paired together with that knowledge and using the block button and Grimnirs will and you'll probably you'll probably be able to take your turn back quite a bit on Grimnirs trying to get around your neutral and your normals. So 20 minutes on a normal challenge number 10. Sounds good. Have a good night there, Typhoon. I'm probably gonna be calling it a night pretty soon myself. Want to go double check the ranking, see where points are since the season ends in 8 days. I'm not worried about lose. I'm not worried about me not being GM. I just like to check what the points look like for each character. You are welcome. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of points. Gran, 34-22. Jita, 27-16. Catalina, 41-01. Charlotta, 50-84. Christ alive. Lancelot, 52. Damn, that's pretty high. I wouldn't expect Lancelot to be that high. Percival, 28-05. La Diva, 41-14. Matera, yeah. Good luck all who want Grandmaster with Matera. Luane, 64-73. Fairy, 70-64. Zeta, 25-76. Hey, shout out to Van 9. Only by 2 slots. Christ alive, Van 9. You better be careful. Voss, 93-27. Oh lord. Narmaya, 75-19. Soras, 31-65. Jesus Christ. Wellness 7-3 Zoner. Zoe, 27-85. Kag, 37-40. Ul, 45-77. Honore, 13-16. Yeah, we still suck. Use this, 31-84. Bling bling. Seox, 35-62. Vera, 60-70. All 3 over 10k. That was good Avengers. Anila, freaking Riazo. 21-83. Siegfried, 43-08. And Scavengers. Good. Keep Dragonheart out of Grandmaster. Please, I beg of you, all Siegfried players in the top 10. Do not let this dumbass make it to GM. Alright, please. Grimnir, 46-12. Near, 31-53. Bubs, 57-78. I mean no offense to Mexicans by saying the scavengers. Dragonheart's an idiot. who does not deserve to win anything. 4706. Avatar 3538. Basilius 4092. 2B 4547. Vayne, what did he do? Everything he does makes the most makes zero. Just the way he plays. Literally everything he does makes no sense, and he just presses buttons for the sake of pressing buttons, and it just works because Siegfried has giant buttons. Vayne 3656. Beatrix 4994. Bad again. Pulling on slightly better this time. What's up, Catan? Vesucia 3306. Piccola 2478. Sandalphon 3592. Galleon 6872. And Lunalu 727. So shocker to no one. Honore is still far down at the bottom, and I'm pretty sure, and it's either okay, who was higher, Voss or Matera? Matera was 9214. Voss is 9327. So Voss is currently the highest requirement. Honore is the lowest. It'll be interesting to see which one is higher in terms of GM requirement, Vossarog or Matera by the end of the season. They'll both be over 10K by the end. The question is just going to end up being which one will be higher. They'll be the top two, it seems like. There's just be a question of who's going to end up being higher. We'll find that out in 8 days. Who is streaming right now? Looks like Wanubi is both streaming and he's testing the things I told him about for Grimnir. So let's go send him a raid and wish him the best of luck. I wish him the best of luck. And then I shall put up with this funny transition. I appreciate it. For the not so random, but it's kind of random every week anyways, even though it's always a night stream. I appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be doing more Grand Blue as per usual, since we have well, not exactly per usual, but usual before tournament, because EVO's in a week and a half, and my god, EVO's in a week and a half. So we'll be back tomorrow because we need more practice. So until then, hope you guys have a good rest of your day, night, whatever time with you guys, because time zones, as always, are a very weird thing. Until next time, I will talk to you guys later.